Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to No Ball Podcast. We have been talking about football for the last 10, 12 years within our groups. And like any other three or four guys together, we decided to do a podcast. And here we'll discuss mostly about football, but other ball sports at times as well. So let me introduce you to ourselves. I am Siddharth. I live in Netherlands and I support Liverpool.
Hi, I'm Chiranjeev. I'm a Chelsea fan. Not good times to be a Chelsea fan these days, and I'm in the middle of it. I'm in Birmingham, and sometimes I travel to London, try to hide my jerseys, but yeah, we'll be back. Javi Ball is coming soon.
Hello guys, this is Gaurav Prasad. I live in the heart of India, Delhi, and yeah, I do support. I'm the fan of GOAT, so I do support Barcelona and Argentina. So been following football for what 12 years, I guess, and yeah, I guess this is the right time we should go public with all our ball knowledge and the banters. So let's see, guys.
So hello guys, another Siddharth in the mix here. Currently living in Hyderabad, and I have been a huge Real Madrid supporter since the last 12 years or so. And it's never been a better time to be a Real Madrid fan, given all our boys are doing wonderful at the World Cup, and hopefully it stays the same.
Nice, questionable introductions, but let's begin. So, so the talk of the town, the World Cup. Everyone is talking about it. Let's analyze, discuss what we think, what are our opinions, some hot takes. Okay, what do you think about the World Cup so far?
I haven't been following all of the games, but most of the games I've followed has have been nothing short of drama, and yeah, I've managed to support a few of the teams, not really have a favorite, but trying hard to choose a favorite. I can't look beyond England because I'm in the middle of it. Although I don't really like most of their players, they're like so many people from Arsenal, so how can I like them? Yeah, but they seem to be doing well. There hasn't been a standout favorite apart from, Lionel Messi. But yeah, it's been great. What about you guys?
Why do you think there has been no standout players apart from Messi? Because Mbappe has been doing really well. Uh, Dembele scored a hat trick the other night. Haaland has been doing well for a Norway team which is not highly rated. So I don't think Messi is the only standout player in the tournament. Like Messi is of course the GOAT. That is not an our discussion. That is a fact. But apart from that, like is I think the best player so far. But then others have been playing really well as well. So we cannot say that Messi is the only standout player in my opinion.
But yeah, like apart from Messi, because when we discuss football, then Messi is something which is the poster. Like if I can also include the other great one of the great players is Ronaldo. So when we talk about football, it's always about Messi and Ronaldo. But what as a football fan, we are not casual. So we do follow football religiously. So I guess apart from Messi and like even Mbappe, Haaland, because they are the most known names. So we should also look beyond Mbappe, Haaland, and the way uh, we can talk about the new striker from Netherlands who is performing really well in the last
Can
two
you
matches.
can you name him?
Yeah, Robbie.
Yeah. So why
Yeah,
did you not
bro.
name him?
No, but like
Yeah,
I
good
thought
ball
we
knowledge.
will get into the details in the
Yeah.
on the later part. But yeah,
Yeah.
then Robbie is doing really well, and then teams like Cabo Verde have been outstanding. Although they have not won matches, but the resilience they have shown is something outstanding. So yeah, although as you said, like Messi, Mbappe, Haaland, they are good, and along with that, Vinny is being the standard performer for Brazil. So we should look forward that we should target, matlab, we should analyze most like team standout performer rather than being a like singling out any player. Like no, Messi is performing for the World Cup, and
But the,
we
but
should
then
go forward and yeah,
Messi has scored 80% of Argentine goals. So
yeah, exactly.
you can single out Messi for Argentina because
Huh,
if he had started
Yes.
yesterday,
yeah, completely agreed. But the point is, ki World Cup is a stage where you find stars.
no, of
The
course.
stars, the goats are already there. The superstars are already there.
Hmm.
So, and I guess the social media is flooded with Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe,
Yeah,
Haaland, banters, and everything.
But the
So
original
what will fix?
conversation was whether Messi was the standout player. And I think Messi is like, if not the
Yeah,
only
yeah,
standout
true.
player, he
Agree.
Yes.
is
Yes.
probably the best player in the tournament so far.
Any words on
Yes.
your goat, Siddharth? Ronaldo? I
It's
think
been a tough time. थोड़ा खराब time चल रहा है. Even the way Portugal, given the talent they have on the field, they're not really playing up to their potential, and I don't think they'll be able to go any further than the quarterfinals anyway. Yeah, so yeah, it's been a tough time.
But
Uzbekistan match was a good title, but again, as I said in our group as well, those are not the kind of players we would want to be performing against, and calling it to be a vintage performance. Yeah, so a good performance against Colombia was due, but yeah, sadly that did not pan out as we expected.
hmm, I also believe that Ronaldo has with his personality, he has this personality to always attract media, attract the spotlight towards himself. So it works both ways. When he performs, he gets a lot of credits, and when he doesn't, he gets a lot of hatred, which is criticism or hatred, which is not always justified. Like for the first match against Congo, where they drew 1-1, I think Ronaldo played really bad, but he was the only one on the receiving end of all the criticism because he's Ronaldo.
Uh,
So yeah, so I don't like Ronaldo has not had a bad tournament as per his standards.
Uh,
yeah, I
oh,
And
think
that
he's
was
uh,
a
been
take.
playing much better than the
That was
22 World Cup. Yeah, 22 World Cup I think was the lowest of his career, I believe. But yeah, he's been playing better than that, but. Yeah, you would expect better of him, and even from players like Bruno Fernandes, Bruno Mendes has been a standout. Joao Cancelo, I think, has been Portugal's best player in this
Yeah.
World Cup by far. So that's not a name you'd expect pre-World Cup to be saying, right? Even VT
I
and
think,
there
yeah,
are
Bruno
Bruno Fernandes
Fernandes,
has
Pedro
been really
Neto,
bad
those.
as well. Like Bruno Fernandes
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
one of the contenders for player of this tournament, and so far he
yeah,
has like zero assists and zero goals.
yeah,
which is
kind of.
again
No,
Let me. I guess
I
there is
think
a
he
one
had an assist.
assist
Yeah,
to
he had one assist.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, he had
Yeah,
one assist to Ronaldo in that game. But yeah,
but
he's been very wasteful of his chances, like usual. Uh,
in the
I
last
but
match
think
then
also, no, like if you have seen Bruno in the last match also, like I could not understand what was Bruno trying to do. Because in the game against Uzbekistan, like which is relatively a weaker opponent, but at least that felt like the Portugal is playing as a team. Like the Ronaldo is also drawing defenders for other players. The way the Nuno Mendes free kick, where like he drawn out, created the void for Nuno to find space behind the goal post. So like that felt like okay, like they learned from the first match and they are coming ahead as a team. Like they did not let that all the social media noise and the outside noise to get into their head, and they are performing. But I did not understand what changed in Colombia match when it was more important that Colombia is a comparatively stronger opponent.
Yeah, of
So
course.
like that chemistry has to reflect here, but
And I
it was
think
missing.
I don't know if you guys watched the match last night, but I watched it completely. So, and
Yeah.
one thing I noticed was like a lot of times they were very isolated up top. Like either it was just
yeah.
Ronaldo hanging out there, and at points I could see Pedro Neto on the right wing. He was as deep as a right back. So I don't think Portugal is a well
don't
drilled
don't
team
get
as a
me
manager.
don't get me started on Pedro Neto, man.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That
Why the
that
hell in the good
that
2026 Pedro Neto is even starting?
I think the problem isn't Pedro
But
Neto is a bad player.
given Rafa Leo had a horrible season with AC Milan, so I think that could be one
No,
of the
no,
reasons.
I'm
But
not
yeah,
saying Pedro Neto is a horrible player. Pedro Neto is a good player in his own right, but sometimes he just plays without using his brain. He
Brain.
just
yeah, 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 correct, correct,
he
correct.
if
He
you give
becomes
him
Bukayo
an
Saka.
empty space. No, no,
Like
I
and
won't say
and
Saka is that bad.
what I feel just to add to one more point, what I feel ki you cannot bench Bernardo Silva on the basis of one-two performances because he is a player who has gifted with technicality. He has the run, he has the technicality, he can make runs behind the defenders. So, and especially like the opponent like Colombia, where they have a very physical and low block game, Bernardo Silva could have been come handy. I feel like that. But
Yes,
I
and
then
it
think
I
was
he
guess
benched
Roberto Martinez knows better. So yeah.
he benched Joao Neves as well. I think he played Ruben
I don't
Neves
think
Yeah,
yesterday.
yeah.
Colombia
Neves is
yesterday
such
was
a
a low
good
block team.
player.
They were not a low block team
Yeah,
yesterday.
they
They
were
were coming
attacking.
at
Yeah,
them.
they were
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
attacking pretty well.
obviously,
Yes.
because they knew that Portugal won't let them rest, so they adapted their game accordingly. But I guess Portugal forgot to adapt. So
I
yeah,
also
Yeah, I
believe
think
that they
Portugal have
don't have
always
a.
been very conservative. Yeah, Portugal have been too
Yeah,
conservative
I
to be
the
a great team.
manager
That's
the
been my whole thing.
manager should take
Yeah,
some blame, to be honest, not the players only.
yeah. If
yes,
you can compare
also
that,
definitely.
the
we'll
way
know that Devil is knocking the doors. So then
Yeah.
Roberto Martinez the first decimated Belgium, and now the next target is Portugal, I guess.
but then it
And
also the I think the problem with Portugal is also the front three. They are like even
disjointed.
if they were at their peak, they are a very disjointed front three because Ronaldo
Yeah,
keeps hanging in the box.
A
Pedro
lot of
Neto has
yeah,
individual
no
talents.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah.
individual
yeah,
talents, and it's like on the left who is playing Joao Felix. He's a luxury player, I can say. He'll never be fitting into a team environment or a team tactics kind of thing. And Pedro Neto, you can never have a tactic with Pedro Neto because he doesn't have anything in his brain. You just give him empty space, he will run. Like there were two occasions yesterday where he was one on one with the left back, and he was dribbling, and then he suddenly stopped.
Yes.
I mean, you have so much of pace, you can just beat him by pace. You just go on the outside, put a cut back, or even just like cut in and shoot, do something. You just pass the ball back. So I think their attack is too disjointed, and that is why they're not able to score goals. If they would score, probably there is more chance of winning.
yeah.
I think
That has always
defensively they're
been
okay.
Portugal's game, though. Yeah, defensively they have always been okay. Their goalkeepers have always been pretty solid, and they've always managed to edge out draws in big tournaments and go through via penalties or via late, winners and stuff. But I don't see how this works out against
Yeah.
good oppositions
I
as
mean,
they will
I
be
mean,
facing. Yeah,
coming into the tournament, they were one of the favorites. Like for people, they were
Yeah,
like they'll
definitely.
have a deep run. But seeing their football, I don't think they'll go farther than quarters. I think quarters
yeah.
is as far as they go at best.
Unless
But
unless Roberto Martinez really steps up in his
Yeah, I
decision
was just
making.
coming to that. I could have hoped, I could have been optimistic for Portugal. Okay, the manager might tweak his tactic and get it, but I don't think I can have that
Roberto
high hope from
Martinez,
Roberto Martinez.
yeah,
Yeah.
Roberto Martinez in my books is not a top
Uh,
manager. He's just an
yeah,
average manager.
even
He
I could
deserves
give it
He's
Everton.
getting
Fernando
good jobs
Santos.
though.
Santos would have made things possible, but yeah, Martinez is just
Yeah.
shit.
Okay.
I think Santos is even worse, but yeah, I think their
But yeah,
man
like you have
currently how
something.
Portugal are playing. I think Santos during Santos era as well, they were playing in a very similar way, right?
Hmm.
Spamming crosses,
They
defending
need to
low,
hire
but
really good managers, man.
But
I
definitely, I don't
heard.
think Ronaldo is the problem. Like they are trying to
Ah,
make
Yeah,
him
yeah,
out.
that
exactly.
is
Even the
that is
Completely
that
agree.
other
Completely
players
Ron,
have.
agree.
Ronaldo. I think is still is one of their better players. He
Yeah,
might not
yeah.
be at
Yeah.
yeah,
his
yeah.
peak anymore, but I think he's
Because
probably their
he will
second
give
best
you
player
goals.
after
Yeah.
Bruno.
He will always give
But
you goals.
also with Bruno, I've always felt like I don't think Manchester United fans or the viewers who would be liking Bruno Fernandes would agree with this. But I feel like Bruno Fernandes is a great player in a bad team. But he is not someone who can fit into any tactic. You give him the ball, if he's the star player, like how Manchester United have been in the past 5 or 6 years, then it's easy for him to stand out because he has this, I don't want to use the word, but hero ball gene in himself.
Yeah, yeah.
But when he's trying to fit in with all these technical players, with Vitinha, Joao Neves, and Bernardo Silva, Pedro Neto, to an extent, it is a bit hard for him because he's not used to being played as the second fiddle. He's always the main guy. He's always the star guy. So I think it's a bit. It's not
Yeah.
the chemistry isn't perfect for Portugal.
Okay. And moving on from Portugal, did you guys follow Uruguay? They had a very, very disappointing campaign. Like zero wins for a team ranked 14 with such high expectations coming into the tournament, having finishing with zero wins is unbelievable.
I mean, just the dressing room environment, right? That pretty much sums up the entire story. You see leaks of the dressing room fights with the managers, people not agreeing, people standing up with their manager decisions. Maybe, it could be for the right or wrong. But when such
Hmm.
stories start to emerge during a World Cup campaign, the team is not going to do any good.
Yeah, and also I read somewhere that some of the players took a stand against the manager that
Yes,
the
yes,
training is too physical or it's not how we want. And if
yes,
that
yes.
kind of atmosphere develops in the team during the World Cup, there is no hope for the team. And with Spain also, I saw that they were playing really well, but there is just no chemistry in the team. They just don't
I think it's
understand where is.
very, yeah.
Yeah, I
When
think
for
that's
the current
another team
European
with a
champions, they are playing. Yeah, they are playing very poorly for being the current European champions. You would expect them to put up a far better performance, but yeah, they have not quite lived up to the expectations yet. Players like Ferran Torres, Lamine Yamal.
I think they are also a team who are excellent technically and tactically, but I think they need better wingers and a better striker to be decisive in those key moments. And you can't
I read
always rely
a
on Yamal.
I read a stat about Uruguay like today. It is that Darwin Nunez, their main striker, has gone 2 years without scoring a goal for Uruguay. I could not believe that stat.
But wasn't he one of the prolific goal scorers in the international level like a few years back when he
Yeah,
was
he
playing for
was. He
Liverpool?
was
He
like
was a
when he was
very
at Liverpool, where he was missing sitters left, right, and center. Whenever he used to go on national duty, he used to come with like one goal, one assist, or something like that. So everyone was like, Marco
yeah.
Bielsa is unlocking Darwin Nunez. He's like the GOAT manager there, and Jurgen Klopp is not figuring out how to use Nunez and stuff like that. But now I read a stat that he has not scored a goal for Uruguay in 2 years, and I don't know if it's a true stat or it's a made up stat, but that sounds made up. But if it's true, then Uruguay needs to look at someone else as their main striker because the second match against Cabo Verde where they drew 2-2, Uruguay like Nunes didn't start the match and the striker who was playing was also bad. So I don't know. Maybe there's quite a big skill issue in the Uruguayan.
That game was one of the best games of the tournament, honestly. Like the back and forth nature of the game. I think it was 2-2. It finished 2-2 or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah,
finished
yeah.
2-2.
Like there was a
It finished, but then I don't think it was the best game, like one of the best games in the tournament, because the two Cabo Verde goals, like the first one, the free kick, was a mistake from the wall. The wall just separated for no reason, and the second goal was a mistake from the goalkeeper, Maslera, who was eventually substituted in halftime during the last match because of another mistake against Spain. That might have
I think it
costed them
was
the position.
probably yes.
Sorry guys, just some power outage issues. But yeah, I'm back. Yeah, so we are still
Typical
on
Indian
Uruguay, I
issues.
guess. Yeah,
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 we
we are
are
average,
still
still
on
average,
on.
no,
Uruguay, I
average
guess.
Noida issues. Average
Yeah,
Noida
average
issues, we must
NCR
say.
issues, I must say. Yeah.
No, we were
So
talking about how Uruguay, like their main striker Darwin Nunez, has gone 2 years without scoring a goal for them. Apparently, I don't know if it's a valid stat or a made up stat. I read it today, and then we are talking about how their goalkeeper made a lot of mistakes. How Spain against Uruguay also looked very ordinary. No real passing, no real connection between the players. It looked very disjointed from the Spanish side. But I do believe Spain are improve, like will improve as the tournament goes on, and are one of the favorites. I still believe that.
yeah, definitely. Because if I may say, Spain, from out of personal bias, Spain is someone I am actually looking forward to because yeah, after Argentina, Spain is a team which I am supporting like for the cup or at least for the final. So I guess Spain has issues with the performance pertaining to individuals. Like I guess Yamal has to function for the whole Spain system to function because Oyarzabal and Yamal and Pedri, along with that made of Rodri and Ruiz, uh, that is a very set system. If you have seen in Euros, like they work perfectly. That made them the champions.
I
So we
I
are
have
yet
a
to see that
I
chemistry
have a
on stage.
opinion on this, like a very strong opinion on this, that
Yeah,
Spain is a very technical team which works against European opponents, but not South American opponents,
yeah, exactly,
because
exactly.
South
That's why.
American teams are very physical. So
Yeah,
True, true.
and that is why when there is a team like France, because France has a mix of technical and brute force players.
yeah.
So a team like France or maybe England, which has no technicality anymore, they are just now doing hoofball
PNP.
and Yeah, TNP players basically.
Yeah.
So I think England and France are more suited to play against South American teams than Spain. And if the brackets are how it is currently, it is quite possible that there might be a Argentina Spain final, if or
Yeah,
Argentina
like
France
I
final again.
I do not think that Spain will make it that far, but
No,
yeah,
yeah,
I
it's a
mean, if
possibility.
I mean there is a possibility. I'm saying that if that goes, I think because the Argentines side of the draw, which is quite simple, like I think the only tough teams
Yeah,
they will face is maybe Brazil at
England.
semi-final, England
Yeah,
and
Brazil or
Brazil.
England.
Brilliant.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think Argentina has a very good chance of making back-to-back finals.
But I
Yeah, but
think like with Spain, there might be a possibility where you'll find these games. Like for example, I think Spain got eliminated by Morocco, if I'm not wrong, last World Cup. Oh, I may be
Uh,
wrong.
That was Portugal, I guess, but
Portugal got
Oh,
Portugal
eliminated.
was eliminated by Morocco.
there was
That
another World
famous
Cup, I think in
crying videos, the
2018, where 2018
yeah,
Spain got eliminated by Russia or something, or Croatia, I don't remember. But it was one of those games where Spain had like 70% possession, 75% possession, and they just couldn't score a goal. I think I have a very big feeling like that is going to be repeated this World Cup, just because in the Euros where which worked for Spain was Nico Williams on the left. Morata was one of the most underrated strikers
yeah,
internationally, and
agreed.
Yamal on the right, and that dynamic worked really well. And but this World Cup, I don't think they have a single winger who is capable of taking
yeah.
on
They
this
need
man
that
or
pace.
beating
Yeah,
him.
they need that pace.
They,
They
they
need
don't
that
have
pace to
pace.
move. Yeah.
I think Yamal can take on players. Yamal plays right
Apart
wing.
from
Yeah.
Yamal, of course, I don't think there's another person. And also, they don't have an out and out number nine. I don't think Oyarzabal is a
Fe-
out and out number
and
nine, or
same
even
with
Ferran
Ferran
Torres for that.
Torres. Ferran
Yeah.
is struggling like
So
anything.
Ferran
So yeah,
Torres is having a bad tournament.
yeah, well,
so
like
Yes.
like the entire Spain team plays in front of the back line, and you
And they're
can play
become
those cute passes,
and
but it's very
they're
difficult to
they're doing
break
way too
some.
many passes. They need to be more direct.
They
yeah,
just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
to
like
true.
recycle the ball way too much without doing much about it, right? Don't see the creative maestro or so-called creative maestro Petri coming to the picture, doing all those side passes, leaving it up to the wingers to produce
yeah,
something.
like what I feel with that Petri, because I was coming to that now that Siddharth has mentioned, like what I feel like this personally my opinion, what I have seen in Barcelona with regards to Pedri. Pedri serves more as a link between the defense and the attack. Like he contributes in the defense, takes the ball, have his creativity game going, and then he also contributes in the final third. But here, because of the double pivot with Ruiz and Rodri,
Yeah.
Pedri's access to defense is some way obstructed. And Pedri is either completely has to like the team is expecting Pedri to make line breaking passes where
I think you are
Pedri
saying
needs
this from
more
a
time.
Barcelona perspective. You are defending
Yeah,
Pedri way too much.
but yeah, but
But I
I
think
Uh,
think
this
for Pedri to
this is where
function, he has to be very direct.
I think
Pedri
what
need
you are
balls from
mentioning is
defenders.
Pedri plays well in a 4-3-3 as this
Yeah.
box to box eight.
Yeah,
But
yes.
now he's playing as this attacking midfielder just behind the striker, so
Cam,
he's
yeah,
not really getting that
But I think
yeah,
that is
space
the
to.
main challenge in the difference between club and international football,
mm,
because
Yeah.
club
definitely.
football teams are built with players in their mind, but international football is basically the manager having players for like watching them play for their clubs and then bringing all of them together and trying to form a chemistry in like what very small amounts of time. So there will the quality of football will always be lower than club football in international football. That's why sometimes we get very interesting matches because the defense is very bad or maybe the midfield is disjointed, things like that. Coming like after Spain, I think what do you think of England and the tournament so far they have had? Like they topped their group eventually, but they did not have a very good
Well,
time in their group stage matches apart from
I
Croatia.
have certain opinions on Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah, I guess
Of
Shiru is
course,
the
he's one of
best
my.
person to speak on England.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
he's a brilliant manager tactically. I think he can set his teams up to nullify the opponent. But sometimes that's a very good trait to have in a knockout tournament. But sometimes what happens, he tries to fit in too many role players instead of just going for the best 11. And you can see it in his squad selection as well. The players like Foden, Palmer. Foden, I guess, like he hasn't done much
I
for
think
England. Palmer
Trent,
has had a
yeah,
very
Trent.
bad.
Not
Yeah,
calling up
Trent
Trent
as
as
well.
injury
Yeah,
replacement as well. Yeah, that speaks for
yeah.
itself.
I
Yeah,
also
Trent
like
not
Palmer.
making the
Trent.
squad is
It doesn't
like
make any sense. Yeah,
unbelievable.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
I think
Like
it's
he
Does
might
like
that
not be the
because
best. He might not be the
exclusion
best
from Real
defensively.
Madrid played a part? Like, what do you guys
No,
think?
I
no,
don't
no.
think
I
so
don't think
because
he
I
was
think
ever in his
regardless
prime
of
because
however or whatever his injury status or however his club form was, you cannot miss out on a quality player like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially
Because
when opponents will block low and you have to put in solid crosses for Harry Kane to, head the ball or even Jude Bellingham to get on top of it. I think
you
he's the
have a
man to beat.
striker like Harry Kane and you have
Yeah,
probably one of the world's best ball delivers. Like
yeah,
he
dead
can
ball
deliver
yeah,
the
delivery.
ball
Yeah,
from
definitely
any point
any
in the
day, any
pitch.
day. Trent over
So
any day. Matlab,
like
because we all
till his
have
you know
last
seen
who
match
played?
till
how
his
Trent
last
was in
match for
Liverpool.
Liverpool, till his last match for Liverpool, Trent, Soboslai, and Salah literally carried the team. That right side of our team literally carried us
Yeah,
to a title because
exactly.
I mean,
the creativity that Trent brought was very important for team. And Trent was also obviously defensively not that great, which Soboslai was making up with his right when he was playing right mid. So you when you are playing Trent as a right back or a right wing back, you need someone with who is good, like who has good running abilities, who has good stamina and who can defend a bit on the playing on the right side. And if you do that setup, you have a very good right side which can win you matches. And especially with a striker like Kane, who is very good in the air. I, I don't know how Trent didn't make the squad.
even the way you mentioned about Szoboszlai, I think Elliot Anderson is kind of a similar player as well who covers
Hmm.
a lot of ground. So you can make it work. I mean, I can't. I don't have any reasoning as to why you have two of the best right backs in the whole world in Reece James and Trent. Why don't you take both of them? One can be your defensive right back, who is
yeah.
obviously struggling with injuries, but he's still a great physical player. And then you have Trent for games like Ghana or even yesterday against Panama.
How is Livramento making the squad ahead of Trent? Like why? I don't
See,
know. Maybe
sometimes I feel like these coaches they try to fit players into their tactical setup and their system, and they
Maybe
just
like a
forget
system player.
about
Yeah, correct.
yeah,
Adam
like
Walton also didn't make the squad. Like that is like
exactly.
unbelievable for me. Like he is probably one of the best midfielders that England have. How is he not in the 22? What?
But then
How?
he has taken Eze, Rogers, and Bellingham for the same position, like same roles, and both Eze and Rogers are exactly the same kind of players who aren't necessarily great creators, but who can run with the ball. They have great physical strength. They are good dribblers. But then you can't have everyone of the same kind. You can
And
take a Foden or a
which is
Palmer.
why exactly because of the lack of creativity, they are struggling against all the low block
Yeah,
teams.
Yeah.
I think for teams
So
that are set up to, park the bus, I think they'll struggle.
Let's
They'll
see
struggle
the
heavily.
round of 32 fixtures. Let's see.
Yeah.
but I feel like
Yes.
England will do well just because they are good physically, and in international football you can just score one goal, park the bus, be physical, and qualify. So I think they'll still do well. Um,
Yeah, so England play against DR Congo, and Congo is
Yeah,
is again going to set up a low block as
yes.
they
yes.
did against Portugal.
They like to park
So
the bus and then counter as
England
you
may,
get beaten.
if they don't score early goals, it will get very nervy for them. And this was their last starting 11, as you can see for the both the teams. Like w- you have Elliot Anderson here. Why are you playing Kwanzaa? You should have taken Trent. Trent should be here. This is a deadly right side of
Yes,
the
true,
team.
true.
And
And the,
I
obviously
and
think
Saka.
Rashford also played well. Rashford played well yesterday.
Rashford
Yeah,
is
Rashford
playing
played
well,
really
and
well.
Rashford
Yeah,
is
he played
really
really
well.
well against Panama. Yes, he did really well.
But then again, Rashford is Rashford, so you'll always have some brain fade moments. So you cannot really take that
and
out.
Even
then
Gordon is also not performing in that level. And I guess Bellingham, apart from Kane, Bellingham is the only standout player from English squad.
I think
So
Bellingham
yeah,
is the
like
And
standout
Anderson has
player
been good.
across the
yeah.
matches.
Like yeah, apart from that's why I said no, apart from Kane to being the goal scorer he is, he will score goals. But yeah, Bellingham is the like what I say, OP player from this squad.
I think he really does everything for the team. He makes tackles in the midfield, he recycles
Yeah.
possession. He gets into the final third to get into,
I will I
part.
will say Bellingham is the best player in the team, even better than Kane.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
also
definitely,
easy.
definitely, definitely.
Easy.
he's by
I
far the
think
most talented player in the
I think
squad as
Kane
well.
has a tendency to go missing in very important matches, so I don't see doing that in his
But
favor as well.
but did
That is
you
again a thing. Sorry, you
but
were
Uh,
did you
saying
not
something.
yeah, but did you notice how Kane is dropping back this tournament? Like he's dropping to like as deep as the defenders and playing
yes,
passes.
yes.
This is something I don't like. Well, it works when you play against the smaller teams, like, Champions League first round, second round games, or Champions League, I don't know, maybe like round of 16 games. That works. But then when you play against the better sides and you try to come so deep, and then you leave that whole space in the box where no one attacks. And when you are the best finisher in probably one of the best finishers in the world, you just try to be in certain areas where you have more opportunities to score goals. I am not really a big fan of him dropping so deep, trying to be that um, like majestic playmaking striker. I don't really get that, but that's just my opinion.
No, I agree with you somewhat, but I also found it quite interesting when Kane dropped so deep because if Kane is dropping deep and you are pinging passes like long balls, you are basically pinging it to the what to the wingers who are Saka or
Yes.
Rashford or maybe Gordon was playing the first two matches. So you are playing
Yeah,
it to them, and then who are you expecting them to deliver to? Because you are very deep now. Then it becomes Bellingham's job. Bellingham, Anderson, and
Yeah.
Rogers, the midfield, they're
yeah,
going
to
into the
go
box
forward. Yeah,
trying to score from the crosses or anything. But you are supposed to be the most prolific striker in the world from in this tournament at least, like with your head and
Yeah.
so. So why are you not there? Why can that job not be done by Bellingham or Anderson? That is what I
That
mean.
was a
Like,
theme when Bayern played against PSG. Do you remember that the second leg where it was
yeah,
just 1-1 or something?
and they lost.
Yes.
Kane they lost, and then Kane scored a really good goal, but it was probably in the 90th minute. So if he had, like, just as you said, just stayed in and around the box, because he has great players around him who can deliver him those crosses, deliver him these passes. Just stay in the box. Just be like Haaland, man. You don't. No one wants you to be Messi here. Just stay
yeah.
there, score, make your team win, and you most probably will win a Ballon d'Or.
Like Pep said, no, you are no Messi. You are no Messi. Just go goals. We need goals.
Just yeah.
Yeah,
When you see this table, like the fixtures for the next round, do you think the left side of the tournament is excessively difficult than the right side?
definitely, definitely.
Definitely.
It's outrightly evident that apart from uh yeah, apart from South Africa and Canada, every fixture is something like France, Sweden is also a good match, but then France is too overpowered for Sweden.
Yeah,
But
France is
yeah,
probably overpowering every team.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
from every team. So
I
apart from
think
that, every match, it is very difficult to predict that no, like, oh no, this Germany is going to win and win, and Netherlands is going to win against Morocco. So yeah, apart from South Africa, Canada, and France, France and Sweden, in my opinion, I guess the other matches are going to be a bit difficult.
So
It's very difficult to
s-
predict. Yeah.
so do you think Norway lost intentionally against France to finish on this side of the table?
Yeah,
their
definitely. Because if you have
Uh,
their
seen,
selection really tests
Yeah,
yeah,
those to
why
a degree.
why would you rest 11, 10 of your starting 11 players against a
yeah,
match against
exactly.
France
That was the
when
whole
you have
point.
a chance to go top of the table? So do you think it was a plan by the coach
Definitely.
intentionally or to finish on the right side of the knockout so they can have a deeper tournament?
Yeah.
Well, did you see the penalty miss?
Yes, I saw.
Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. We are
Exactly.
not
And
here
the
for
same with,
conspiracy.
if you have seen today Algeria and Austria, you will also get that vibe. Algeria wanted to finish like on the like right side of that bucket.
Yeah.
Because
But
So
Algeria needed to
when
win,
Mahrez
right?
scored, so like the mood changed. Like, no, we
mm,
don't want to win. We just want to be there. So like, yeah,
mm,
obviously they are playing not just like they are not using tactics only on the field. They are also using tactics off the field. Everyone wants
mm,
to at least go deeper. So yeah, and I guess that is fair. No issue.
mm.
But look, although that is somewhat against spirit of the game, but then again, everyone has their own
Do you
Like
do
yeah,
you agree with this though? Like, do you agree with this format of the World Cup where the top eight third place teams are going to the knockouts? I was thinking like this is something that I thought that the first team, like the table toppers for each group, should go to round of 16 directly, and the second place
Yeah,
team and the third place team should play a match of like that should be like decided on who plays who,
it's kind
and
of
the
like the
winners.
new UCL format, right? Yeah, that
Exactly.
you get an
yeah,
advantage
I
for
think
staying at top.
I think that would give more like impetus for a team to win the table, like win the group. Because now the teams like Norway, because I feel like that was a very blatant like disregard of the tournament's ethics. Like you are willingly trying to finish a second because you want to end up on the right side of the bracket. So maybe have some impact, like add some reward to the team that is finishing on top of the table. Let them have go to round of 16 directly instead of playing round of 32.
yeah.
Like
That
like for example Netherlands Morocco, why did Netherlands after finishing top of the table playing a team higher ranked than them in round of 32?
yeah,
Yeah, this is
definitely.
probably my shout of being the game of the
Yeah,
next round to
I
get
yeah.
agree.
this.
I
Because
think
I think
this
they'll
is going
deliver.
to be the best team of like the best match of round of 32.
yeah, because you cannot really say like who is starting favorites. So probably 50-50. If you you
What
might
do
be
you guys
biased
think of
towards
Netherlands?
55.
Netherlands and their chances? Because a lot of people have thought Netherlands are one of the good teams. Like this is one of the better Dutch sides going into a World Cup after many years.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Because Brobby, I guess it's a surprise for me at
Mm.
least. Because I don't know
Hmm.
whether you guys have followed Brobby or not, but Brobby was definitely a surprise. And coming to yeah, Van Heck is as good as PL. Like the way he was performing back in PL, he's also carrying forward his form in World Cup. Van de Ven is also a like he was good in Spurs, not the team but the player. Yeah, then and De Jong being De Jong. So
Also, the
yeah,
Liverpool core is playing on a different level. After Arne Slot is gone, they
Yeah,
have become different players.
yeah,
Like
definitely, definitely.
I haven't seen Gravenberg move like that the entire season.
Post slot they have slotted in for the World Cup, I guess.
No, Slot didn't make them work the entire season, so they're very fresh.
Yeah,
Gakpo and
yeah, yeah.
Gravenberg at least.
Also,
They're
also
very
I
fresh.
think I think if you take Malen out and put Somerville in, that
Yeah.
is their best 11
I also
because
agree.
Somerville is a
I
really
think
good.
Somerville is a very
Uh,
good winger.
yeah, I
So
don't think
yeah,
Malen is a winger. Malen can be a second striker or one of those
Malen
false
had a
nine
very
kind
good
of thing.
season, at Serie A. So he had
Roma,
like
yeah.
15 goals. He scored 15 goals in the season. So I think that's why Malen is starting. But Koeman is always making those fixed changes. He's always taking out Malen after like around 56th or 55th
15
minute or
minutes.
something
Yeah,
like that. So he's always taking out Malen, putting Somerville, and then uh, Gakpo has had a surprisingly good tournament, but he always plays well for Netherlands. So
Gakpo is one of those guys who do I say? He's like Klose for Germany or Podolski
yeah,
for
that's what
Germany,
I
who
was
always
thinking.
turn up in
mm,
World Cups, right? And
yeah,
Euros
true.
for their international teams. So
Yeah.
yeah, you might as well say like you just put him in a Netherlands jersey during the Premier League season, and he might just turn out to be the player of the year. So don't give him a Liverpool jersey.
I also have want the same. Don't give him a Liverpool jersey anymore. So, what do you think will be the upsets in round of 32 if there will be any upsets? Any shouts, early shouts?
Japan beating Brazil.
Japan beating Brazil.
yeah,
That's
same.
a brave shout.
Yeah,
What do you
and
think about
Hmm.
Belgium Senegal? I think Senegal
Yeah, even I
might
was
Senegal.
just
Like
thinking.
my pick is Senegal. My pick
I
yeah,
is
would
I
My
not
also
pick
Senegal.
is
believe
call.
that
I would
Senegal.
not call it an upset. Yeah, I would not call it an upset really
Yeah,
because
definitely. The way Belgium is playing, I'm even surprised why they are in the round of 32 in the first place. But yeah, definitely.
Like the
yeah,
Belgian, they say they once a wise man said Belgium's golden generation was just a prime Eden Hazard. So
yeah,
Yeah,
I
if
would
you
definitely. I would agree. I would agree. Their best run attributes a lot to Hazard and Lukaku scoring a lot of tap-ins.
I think
So
these two, Netherlands, Morocco, and Portugal, Croatia, are going to be the best matches in the round of 32 phase.
yeah, but
Because
yeah,
I would have picked Portugal like with closed
Oh,
eyes but against Croatia, because Croatia was not the is not the team anymore that they are used to be. So Portugal was are definitely favorites, but then again, the way Portugal have performed so far.
No, I think
So
still
if
Portugal are still the favorites. Like
yeah,
they
yeah.
are,
definitely. But yeah, Croatia will give them a fight to some
but
extent.
if
But
Croatia,
yeah.
I
but
think Croatia team is very old, right? Like they have a lot of players in their 30s. Like it's the same
Yeah,
core is
yeah.
aged a lot. So
uh, like
yeah,
I watched only one match of Croatia, the one with England, and I felt their football was very old-fashioned. They have not adapted to the new way football is being played. I don't know if it's because of the players being old. I don't know their ages, but I didn't like their football all that much. And I think USA has been surprisingly very good this tournament.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
rated USA very lower in this World Cup, but they have been very good.
Uh,
Like the young players are performing really well
And
and
against
being
Bosnia, they
yeah.
should win.
So
So USA should
yeah.
make
yeah, the
the round of 16
yes.
where they will get either Belgium or Senegal, where they can still win as well. So they can go
Yeah,
as
they are
deep as a
favored.
quarterfinal.
Definitely.
but I think like
So
With Senegal, I think they need to bench Mane for NDI. What do you think? Because Mane,
I
I think is
agree. I think Mane is no longer the player he was, and Mane is like he is now a liability, I believe.
and also like NDI is coming off a very good season with Everton. I think he's one of the more underrated wingers in the league. So he also scored a really good goal in the last game. So I think he should play, but I know he won't play because Mane is still the you know
And
leader
I think they
and
took a I
probably
also think they took a very good decision of benching Nicholas Jackson and playing Sar up top.
yeah
I think last match this was a good
yeah
decision instead of
it
starting
was
with
a good
Nicholas
decision.
Jackson. Because Nicholas Jackson is not taking part in anything, he's just standing there.
Yeah, it's
So
been
I
a
think
bad downfall. Like he was very promising in his first two seasons at Chelsea, and then suddenly I think something he took his success to his head, and then
but he's
just
playing for
had a
Bayern now.
really
I
bad.
don't know what Bayern saw in him.
He was good when he made that move to Bayern, but then his last season hasn't been good. I think he needs to just look at himself in the mirror and try to go back to the hardworking striker he was, rather than
True, he does not run
making all
anymore
this.
that much.
Yeah, that was one of his main um, traits as a striker. Like he used to run
Hmm.
the channels and come deep and carry the ball. But yeah, hopefully we sell him for a good 30-40 million profit.
So the only upset shout is Japan Brazil and Belgium Senegal. You guys think it's not an upset?
Yeah, it's
But I
that's actually
guess
not enough.
like in Australia, Egypt, what do you think?
I think
I
Egypt
think
should
Egypt
win.
will win. Yeah, Egypt will win. And
Egypt
I
are
think
definitely favorite, but Australia has some shithousery going on throughout the tournament, so they might plug a win against Egypt. But yeah, definitely, but Egypt is anyway playing good, so not a big deal. And Brazil, Japan might upset. So yeah,
I think
I
Japan have a good chance. Yeah.
yeah,
I think
Japan
they
definitely have
have
a
a
good
good chance.
chance. Yeah, if Vinny
I
does
have
not go into
a
God mode.
I have a sneaky feeling that Germany might stumble against Paraguay.
Yeah. That is, matlab, I was so thinking of that only. Ki if we are considering Paraguay as a weaker team, then that will also upset. But Paraguay has
But
performed really well.
Have Paraguay been good? Because I think they played their first game against USA and they were pretty ordinary. But I haven't
No,
followed the other two Paraguay games.
no, I have not
Yeah,
followed
so
them as well, but I think Germany as a team against Paraguay, which is the South American team, very physical once again. I think Germany will struggle. They should win, like Germany should win, but this is my guess that this might be an upset
Yeah.
with Paraguay
Even
somehow
Sane
taking it to
with
extra time or something.
Musiala hasn't been the
yeah,
same
he has
since he
been
left
he has had a torrid World Cup, so many missed chances. Yeah, I think after
I
his
don't know how
injury, he's never
Sane
been.
still plays. Sane is quite clearly past it. So yeah, they
And
have
Neuer has
some.
been making mistakes as well.
Oh, Neuer is
Hmm.
what,
Oh,
40, 41, 42?
yeah,
He's
I
still
think
there
he has
for
been making mistakes
He's
for
40.
Bayern. I think since the last
40. Yeah.
2 years as well. So it's not. I think if not Neuer, who are you going to play? Ter Stegen, right? I mean, who is the backup keeper?
So
I
should we
think
now
the backup keeper is
move towards
probably
predictions?
Yeah,
yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
Let's
Let's
move to
do
yeah.
that.
predictions.
Okay, let's start with Chiru. Chiru, what
I
are your
think
predictions?
Canada will win the South Africa game.
Canada.
Um, I'll go with Japan because it's one of my hot takes.
Mm-hmm.
Germany, Paraguay, I'll go Germany. Netherlands, Morocco, I just don't know. I'll probably toss a coin and say Netherlands just
Netherlands.
because I
Okay.
want them to win. Ivory
Mm-hmm.
Coast, Norway, I think Norway.
Okay.
Then we go France.
Mexico Ecuador, I think will
We,
be a very nice match.
but I'll
Yes,
go with Mexico
both
because of the home
are
support. So
You'll prefer
Mexico.
Mexico over Ecuador?
it's like going with their home support, like home advantage, and
Yeah,
I
it's an
think it's a
Azteca.
pretty even game. Yeah.
Mm.
And Ecuador is a very strong defensive team, but then they don't really have good goal scorers. So I'd
Mm-hmm.
probably see Mex. I think that's an upset because Ecuador on paper is a really strong team.
Hmm. Let's
And
see
let's go for
what is the ranking of Ecuador? It's Ecuador is 23 ranked, and so it's a very evenly contested.
yeah,
Like
but they
it
have
will be
this
a good match.
strong defensive core like Hincapié and Pacho Ordonez and
They have
Caicedo and
Caicedo as well. Yeah, so it's a good
yeah,
team.
so
I
it's
like
And
this
a
if
team.
you
good team.
if you have followed, Ecuador is the only team in the CONMEBOL qualifiers that has beaten Argentina for this
Uh,
World Cup qualifier.
Oh,
I didn't
Ecuador
know
is the
that.
only team that has beaten Argentina. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay,
so
let's
would you
Let's
continue.
like
go
to
for
flip?
England. Let's go for
Sorry.
England.
Would you like to flip your prediction again after hearing that, Kiranjit? Or are
No,
you
no,
still
I'll
going to
stick
go with
with
the home
Mexico. I'll
supporters
stick
like
with
that? Yeah,
Mexico.
you stay.
Uh, let's go for England. Then we go for Senegal, USA,
As an another fanboy.
Austria. Sorry, Spain. Sorry, Spain. Then we go. Then we go for Portugal,
That
Switzerland, Algeria. What do you think, guys?
It's a good. I think
Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Switzerland. They have a very good team.
I haven't followed that well. But
Okay, we go Switzerland. I haven't followed them as well. We go
yeah.
for Egypt against Australia. We go for Argentina. This is going to be easy.
Then
And
Colombia.
let's go Colombia. Yes.
Okay, Chidu has locked in. Let's go. Go Rai. It's your time now.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. Coming to South Africa, Canada, I'll always look forward to Canada any day because they have a good
Mm,
team.
of course.
And Jonathan David is in really good form. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there is hope. Brazil, Japan. Club, I do have a bias with the Jogo Bonito shit, and so I will go with Brazil. Japan might upset, but yeah, my prediction is Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Germany, Paraguay, I'll go with Germany. They will win. They might sneak a win, but like, even if it's 1-0 or 2-1, they will win.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Netherlands, yeah, any day Netherlands, the bias is too strong for me to rule out Netherlands. Norway, again, Ivory Coast, Norway, France, Sweden, that is France. Mexico, Ecuador. Uh, yeah, I will play it safe. I'll go with Mexico. I'll go with Mexico. Again, England, a no-brainer that is. Belgium, Senegal. Yeah, I'll go with Senegal because Senegal is performing good. There is no point. Yeah. USA, Bosnia, USA, USA. Spain, yeah, Spain. Those are the favorites. Portugal, Croatia. Yeah, Portugal. They will win. Switzerland, Algeria, because I have seen today's match with Algeria versus Austria, and Mahrez was pretty good with the game and all, and they could have won. They would have won. They just chose to switch off in the last minute just to have a yeah. So I'll make a bold prediction. I'll go with Algeria. Yeah, again, is it Egypt? God's home, God's own land, Argentina. Colombia, any day Colombia.
Nice.
The South
Sid
American
B, it's your
Brotherhood is
time.
so
It's
strong.
your time now. Let's hear your predictions.
I'll go with a few meme picks here and there, just so that we have content when some things come to. So, so yeah, first Canada,
Okay.
uh, Brazil. I think it is Vinicius Junior's World Cup, and I think he'll be the best player at the World Cup and knockouts as well. Germany, Netherlands,
No one is predicting
Norway.
Morocco.
Too good.
Morocco,
Netherlands is too good of a team.
I think they always have this so don't predict them, but yeah, they always have a decent chance of beating past teams. I think even Brazil was pretty lucky to get a point with the better team for sure. So yeah, France, Sweden, I think France are the favorites to the World Cup. France, Mexico, DR Congo. So that's my main pick. Low block team that likes to counter. So
Mm-hmm.
who knows? Senegal, USA,
First day is giving real cuts.
Austria, just for the fun of it. Austria, yeah, Portugal.
No, why don't
I
you
think it's time.
choose Croatia just for
For
the
the
fun?
fun of it, yeah, go with Croatia. No,
I
Modric is
think, I
there.
think, I think, I think it's time for Ronaldo to get his first World Cup knockout goal. So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
first knockout
Nice
goal.
one. Nice one.
I thought he was going to say World Cup directly. So
Yeah.
I'll keep my expectations low for the time being,
he,
but yeah,
he is in touch
we'll
with
get there in
reality.
the next episode. Yeah.
Nice,
So
nice,
yeah,
nice. Nice one.
Switzerland, Egypt, and Colombia. Yeah. So
With a
two
heavy
main
heart,
picks,
Argentina.
not necessarily main picks, but not.
I
I see people. I don't know what to think of me, but
I'll
I really like
I'll
Messi,
go
and
for
I think I akin Argentina to Atletico Madrid in a way. I think their play styles are pretty similar, and I think Messi has been having a wonderful tournament. I'm pretty happy.
mm, I'll go for the Bafana South Africa. I think they have it in them. Brazil,
Chitole. Chitole being the
Germany,
son.
Netherlands, of course. I think here Norway, easy. France, Ecuador, because I think Mexico didn't play that well against their match against. I think the last match which was against, I forgot. Um, then England, Senegal, USA, Spain, easy. Portugal, I think. Croatia might win, but I think Portugal do it anyway. Switzerland, Egypt, Argentina, Colombia. I think these are my picks. So we have all our picks. I'm
okay.
gonna export.
So I think
Anyway, we can
in
track it.
two
Yeah, I'd just save the CSV file.
Yeah. Okay.
We have our
yeah,
predictions. These are the so
in 2 hours time
mm,
we'll get our first game anyways. So
yes, South
let's see.
Africa prediction will get anyways in like 2 hours. Yes, true.
Yeah.
So anything else before we round up our first episode of No Ball podcast?
What do you think about this hydration break dividing the game into four
I
quarters? What do you think about this change?
I have a very strong opinion, and I think it's a very common opinion thing. I think it's an American thing to push ads. It has nothing
Yeah.
to do with hydration. It is only thing because these American capitalist mindset will not it cannot survive without ads. So this NFL halftime show, all that random shit they do in
Yeah.
sports, have you seen an NBA match? How many ads do they have? Every break is ad. So I think yeah, it's an ad thing that they have done, and FIFA has agreed because Infantino like no spine.
Infantino being the greedy ass who he is.
No, he has no spine basically.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Just
if
keep it.
if
Yeah,
Tom if
because
Tom
I've seen matches, I think players, the way they play, the team, the structure, they completely up the tempo. Some teams drop it. So I think it's a pretty critical change that they've brought
and
to the biggest
and I
tournament.
think yeah, and I think it's very like
Yeah, man.
like hypocritical from FIFA to ask Qatar to put air conditioning in their stadiums because it's very hot, and then introduce hydration breaks in the next World Cup. Why could you not force USA to do the same if it was that
Yeah.
hot? And every
Mm.
time I hear the temperature, which they say in Fahrenheit for some reason, although the feed is global, I check, I convert it, and then I check it's like around 22, 24, and sometimes even 18 degrees for the nighttime matches. Why do you need hydration break when it's raining as well? Keep hydration break up to the referee itself. If you need a hydration break, keep it up to the referee. If he thinks that, okay, this is getting too hot, we can have an hydration break. Why is it mandatory to have two hydration breaks when it's 18 degrees?
And that kills the momentum also, no? Like it's
Yeah,
like a mid halftime shit because
I
not
don't know.
like
I think it's if you are doing hydration break, I think just do it in another way around where the players are on the pitch. Someone takes 11 bottles and keeps it there. Don't let them talk to the manager. Why are you having a
yeah
small 2 minute half like team talk? Don't do that. It's like hydration break is now becoming more of a tactical thing. Like whenever a team
yeah
is
the
trailing, or maybe
IPL
if you have
strategic
seen
timeout.
the if you saw the match against of Netherlands and Tunisia, Netherlands was completely dominating the match till the Tunisia like the first hydration break, and after the hydration break, Tunisia changed some shape or something, and they played better. I don't say like I don't say that they are playing well, but they played better than they were because their manager
Yeah.
changed some things. He tweaked some things what he saw from the Netherlands setup. So I think okay, it is a new type of challenge for the managers and the teams. I understand, but then no, it's just not authentic football. Then if you are adding this, then
yeah.
why should you? Then you should add more rules as well, like have rolling subs. Then if it's so hot, you can have like in 2030 the FIFA World Cup is in Morocco, Portugal, and Spain. If Morocco will be very hot, have rolling subs then.
Yeah, definitely. Because you are like World Cup is something what like if I can compare cricket and football for a very shorter period, is that ki IPL is something is a commercial thing. So
Exactly.
that's why they need to make that game for to make that game interesting. They have to introduce a lot of things like impact player and all.
Yeah.
Whereas World Cup is something. Matlab, this is something you can include in the league matches. World Cup is not a spectacle. World Cup is a legit tournament where
It's a
like
serious
yeah,
business.
legit teams are fighting for a cup. No one is coming to see like breaks or whatever it is. So you don't do tweaks with the two format. It's more like they are
I
as you
think the
said, yeah.
concept, yeah, I think the concept of hydration break has nothing to do with football. It was only about advertisements.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. There is no point because the league matches also people like the players are playing for 45 minutes and then taking the
Yeah,
half time and yeah. So if and league is more intense than World Cup, if I may say so, league or UCL per se. So they are
yeah.
more
So
intense. So like, why do you have to add this? So it's yeah, definitely it should get its fair share of criticism for hydration breaks. Completely capitalist shit that is going on.
and what about the referee, like the Somalian referee who was not allowed into US?
Yeah,
He was
like
immediately robbed in by UEFA, right? Immediately afterwards
yeah,
for the
UEFA.
forthcoming UEFA competition. So that tells a
That
lot about
Super
how
also
Cup.
that
FIFA and
also
UEFA are
shows
gelling.
that also shows the loggerhead between Catherine and
Yeah,
Infantino with
yes.
the
But
so UEFA
I
FIFA.
think this is like a blatant like disregard of FIFA's authority by USA, and FIFA couldn't do
Yeah,
Even
anything.
definitely.
even
He's
there was a rumor, right, that Iranian players were not allowed to stay in USA
yeah,
beyond their match day. They
they
just
only
otherwise
decided.
authorized to travel.
I don't think it's something to do with US. I think it was decided by Iran itself that they
Is
will
it?
not stay in
Okay.
US. I think I'm not sure.
It could,
And
yeah.
I would
I
have
mean,
loved, man, I would have loved Iran to advance into round of 32. Like, they were not the superior team in any game, but yeah, they were playing with their hearts out. So like, I feel they kind of deserve to go to, but yeah, then again,
There is no place for hearts in a World Cup.
definitely. But it's just a emotional bias thing. But yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, I think that was like unbelievable that you could have like ban a referee because some random pirate links you will bring up that this his family has some links. Like he is one of the best referees that FIFA has going around, and he's
yeah,
not
Africa,
there
like
in
he
the
was the best referee in Africa, I guess.
yeah, and he's
Yeah,
not there in the World Cup finals itself. Like that is like
travesty,
unbelievable.
complete travesty.
And then FIFA also made such a weak statement that they have to respect the rules of the country and blah blah.
country.
Yeah.
Like yeah, but then why have why have to World Cups at such places where they have such strict rules? Like
Look,
if it's that way.
USA is making look Qatar the best World Cup host. With
Mm,
all the shit show
No,
that has been going.
I think US's organization has been pretty on point. I think the stadiums and
yeah. No,
Yeah,
I think
apart from the ticket prices,
the atmosphere is
yeah,
much better
it's
than Qatar.
wonderful.
yeah.
Much
Yes.
better
I
than
love the
Qatar.
I
Norway
think,
atmosphere. That Viking thing, I am loving it.
yeah,
The
Vikings,
rowing,
that
That
boat
the
roe
rowing
rowing.
one, right?
wala,
Boat
that
race one.
rowing wala, it's very good. I
Yeah,
am loving it.
And also every Netherlands
I
match that
think,
I'm seeing, the stadium is turning orange. In Kansas City,
Orange,
they are
yes, yeah.
doing left, right. It's so fun. So yeah, no, it's a good World Cup. The World Cup, I think this World Cup has been very interesting, like
Yeah,
better than
definitely,
2022.
definitely.
yes,
Mm.
But then some of
I
these
think like
things, like the
with
hydration breaks, this referee
I
not being
think,
allowed, are just things that we don't want to see in the game. But it's there. What can we do?
yeah, I think those are the, shortcomings that are always going to have when you have such a powerful country and a authoritarian country hosting the World Cup. Those are
A,
the
t-
downsides that will
a,
come.
a country being led by Donald Trump.
Yeah, basically just to say it out loud. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think if it was still Joe Biden, I think a lot of things would have been different at this World Cup.
yeah,
In terms of,
Yeah.
especially in terms of the Somalian referee not being allowed.
yeah. Or
That's what
any,
the ideological perspective of Democrats and Republic, right? Like, although we can say, like, being a neutral audience, we can say the Biden and Trump both are shit, but at least to the party ideologies, they have different outlook to the issues that are going on. So yeah,
I mean, I have nothing to do with their politics. I just wanted their politics to stay out of football, and they
yeah,
couldn't keep
but
it out
that
for
is very
like,
difficult. That is very difficult
yeah.
with USA being at the helm.
Yeah. So before we
and
like close off this episode, your prediction for the winner, and we lock it in. This is the last time we ask, and we lock it in. Who do you think
Like,
is going to?
no, we can do it one two episode like post to, because now to matlab,
no,
if
no,
I
just from no, no, from the
yeah,
group stages, at least you would have made some sort of
Yes.
your
no,
own take, right?
I'll any day, my bias is too strong to
No,
have a
no.
tech.
Uh, I'm not saying to like. Of course, you want Argentina to win. I know.
Yeah.
But then whatever you have, like, keep your heart out, and whatever you have seen till now, which team do you
Ob-
think is most likely to win the
Objectivity.
World Cup? Yeah.
France, matlab,
France.
strictly on the field performance, France. Like, France is just like, just seems like what I say, like, what invincibles. Like, if Mbappe
Hmm.
will not score, Dembele will score. Dembele will not score. Like, the do is there to score. Barcola is performing nice. Cherki is
Yes.
also
Ba
been good.
Barcola is trying to get a transfer. That's why he's playing very well.
Touch it.
Touchwood? Why Touchwood? Where is he going?
Barcelona is linked with Barcelona.
He's going to
Arey.
Arsenal.
But
So
yeah,
he's not.
yeah.
I don't think he's
Well,
going to
Seems like
Arsenal though.
He's coming to
I think
Liverpool. I was just being honest.
he might go
Sorry,
to
humble.
Liverpool. He
Yes,
might go to Liverpool.
but we are in for Diomande. I love Diomande. Like whatever matches I saw, I loved him. He's very like
Yeah.
young Mane vibes. But
who?
yes,
Sorry.
Diomande.
Diomande,
Oh,
Ivory
Dioman.
Coast winger.
Yeah.
Chiran, this we didn't hear your prediction.
I think
England.
I have a sneaky feeling England might just do it.
It's coming
Yeah.
home.
it's coming up.
It's
It's
coming home.
I I have a lot of qualms with the way they are playing, but I just think Thomas Tuchel is the best manager in the World Cup, and he will somehow find a way
Mm.
to bore you, but also to
To
The
be
Chelsea
win you.
bias, the Chelsea bias
Yeah.
going too strong.
I think in a World Cup with Carlo Ancelotti and all his accolades, calling Thomas Tuchel the best manager should be considered a sin.
for me, I think
With
I've seen like
I think
yeah.
we do might see an England versus Brazil quarterfinal. So keep your
Yeah,
predictions to that.
we'll
True,
settle
true.
it out there. Yeah,
Yeah,
Bring
true.
on the
That is
heat,
possible.
boys.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
bring
then
on the heat.
from what I've seen in this tournament, and especially after the brackets that I've seen, I think Argentina are most likely making it to the finals. And whoever they're facing, I think maybe most likely they'll face France. But in my heart and in my brain, I think that Argentina, they don't have great quality players apart from Messi. but as a team they seem very well, like very well drilled and very, I don't know, it feels like they are a team who are like playing for each other. It's not like which I
Yeah,
don't get a feel from like a lot of
I
other big teams.
Yeah,
They
the
have
I
like a
think
amigos,
it's
the
yeah.
amigos going strong. Yeah,
they have that
Yeah, I
small
think
team feeling as a big team, because all the other big teams feel like a group of highly talented individuals coming together to put on a showcase. But Argentina, it feels like they are a big team, but they have the mentality of a hungry small team trying to do trying to get World Club glory and stuff. So because any goal that Messi scores, why is the entire team coming to celebrate? They are in
yeah,
love with
yeah.
they
Messi.
just love him so much. I think the whole
It's like
team is set
Messi
up in a
Paglu.
way to maximize Messi.
Yeah,
If you look at Messi, he just walks on the pitch, and
He
that
is
is
not even
fine
walking
because
angnore. He is standing now. He has
yeah,
Like,
been
he's
promoted.
like as I,
standing.
if you have seen today's match, Messi came to the defense also. They like to take the
but
ball though, but yeah, but not. Yeah, but
but this is
what
a right
like
when it
today's match?
starts.
Like,
That's different.
have you seen today's match? Like anyone of you?
No,
I
that's what I'm
saw
saying, right?
I s-
Even
saw at the end.
Yeah, so before Messi is subbing in, they were playing like they were all playing good, but the Lo Celso and Lautaro goals were mostly set pieces. Even the Messi goal was set piece, but before that they were also playing like that one touch football that they play
Hmm.
with Messi. It's just that they were scattered in terms of scoring. Like
hmm,
there was no prolific proper because Alvarez was going wide and everything was going on. So when Messi came, it felt like if you can I can say so like when every light converges into single beam. No, when Messi
Yeah,
got
true.
subbed
I think
in, like that seemed like okay, they got a direction. We don't have to look after anyone. We will just move the ball forward and we will give it to Messi. Almada was giving the ball to Messi. Here, like Alvarez was there. Alvarez was giving the ball to Messi. So yeah, Messi is like the team is built around Messi. So we
And
were,
then and
and they are
going back
doing
to
it very good.
my earlier prediction that I think Argentina might go back to back. I think it's also because France. I see a vulnerability in their defense for some reason. I think every team is being able to
I
like
think
open them up.
yeah, I think their
So
goalkeeper. I don't think he's up to World Cup standards. To be honest, I think
I
coming
I
from his
think it's
glories,
basically
I
they
will
have this
not get
ultra
quite
attacking
kind of
mindset.
confident.
I think their
Yeah,
ultra
yeah,
But
attacking
yeah, but their
mindset is
attacks.
giving them. And Argentina are a very well drilled defense, to be honest. And I think in the big games they will be even more compact than they were yesterday.
mm,
So like this morning. So I think
yeah, definitely.
Argentina will be a very compact team with players like Messi, and players like Messi does not need to score. He can open up defenses with a single pass out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So that is
And
the quality
if
he
you have
possesses.
seen, like just to mention another player who is going under the radar because he does not have stats, but on field he is very good, Thiago Almada. Almada has been surprising because I have never seen his game. Like he was playing in US, then recently he has been transferred to Atletico. But surprisingly, Almada has been a very good replacement. It's a very big thing to say. But yeah, like he is doing his Di Maria duties pretty
Team
well.
idea.
Yeah, Di Maria duties
So
pretty
I think
well
like
Uh,
as of now.
if you look at Argentina's midfield of Enzo, McAllister, De Paul, and Almada, that midfield might get run over at the club level just on the basis of
Yeah,
names.
yeah,
But
yeah.
that is the best performing mid for two World Cups now. I mean, obviously Almada didn't play in 2022, but the midfield, Enzo, McAllister, and De Paul, they have been
Yeah.
performing so well for I don't know past two Copa Americas and also the previous World Cup. So
and I don't know
that's a
if
really strong team.
what DePaul was doing at Inter Miami, because I was not following. But he looks like a very good player here. He looks like
Yeah.
Yeah,
he can still play at the highest level. He looks like that.
There was no point going back. It's just that Messi pool, Messi just want people around them, like
Yeah,
want
he
his
want
people
he
around them.
is
That's
his
why he's
bodyguard,
pulling. But
his
I don't
bodyguard.
know why Casemiro is going to Inter Miami though. What he will do.
You're eliminating one thread, right? From giving a career-ending injury like Casemiro had been trying to do in La Liga. So I think if you can't beat them, you join them. He's giving up that energy.
No, honestly, I think.
But I feel like they will definitely miss a veteran goal scoring threat like Di Maria in the
Yeah,
coming
yeah, Di
Yeah,
Maria
yeah,
will be a
months.
definitely. Di
huge
Maria
miss
is a
I think he will
different
stand out.
beast in.
because he carried Argentina in that final, like at least for the first 90 minutes. Oh, those two
Yeah, yeah,
goals,
yeah, yeah.
it got everyone believing.
Absolutely. Yeah. And he always had a knack of standing out in the big occasions for Real
Exactly. He
Madrid as
scored
well.
in the
Whenever
Copa
Yeah,
they,
yeah,
America final as well in
yeah.
2021, if I'm not
yeah. The
wrong.
only goal he scored,
Yeah,
the win
exactly.
over 1-0 win over Brazil was
Oh,
only scored by Di Maria.
Yeah, and I think like if I also want, it's not think, I want Netherlands to beat France in the quarterfinals because I
Yeah,
think
that
if
would be so lovely, man. Netherlands is another team that is in the heart along with Spain and Argentina.
I only support Netherlands because I live here. I have no affection with that
yeah.
team. I live here and people
Same,
party like
You'll
crazy.
get, yeah, you'll get
same
to
can be said for
vibe with
Chiranjeev.
the fans. That's why I was.
Actually, Dutch fans are crazy. Like they are one of the best fans that I've seen. Like for every match, like I went to the screening for the match against Netherlands and Sweden. Like it was like 40 degrees, and people were coming and sitting in the sun and watching the match together. So it's
Yeah,
nice. It's nice living in a European country during World Cup. This is my first experience. It's nice.
Yeah. And where do you guys stream
that's
it?
good.
Because I think we
Someday
get
we
the
will get to feel that.
very shitty service of Z. Streaming in 720p,
I
buffering. It's
cannot
a
I
bit
cannot say
disaster.
where I watch.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
I cannot say that.
Yeah,
I
but
use
yeah, G has
official service
like
providers.
if you see in laptop when I was watching on my laptop, G has upgraded to 1080p.
1080p
Yeah, 1080p.
recently.
Yeah,
Yeah, but for
recently. Yeah.
They started with
yeah,
720p.
so yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
for the
And that's a
both the
shame.
phone and laptop, they started with 720p. Now they have like for
That's
the
a disgrace.
laptop, yeah,
That's a
definitely.
disgrace. Their
That's a
only forte
disgrace.
is the tournament, and if you fail to deliver on that as well,
We are
720p
still
in
on the
2026.
debate that why India is not qualifying for the World Cup because of BCCI. We are yet to
Mm,
actually talk about the right thing. We are yet to actually
in
talk about the right things why football is not growing. But yeah, we are in a different dimension
that's
being
yeah, that's
confused.
a topic for another day. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. That's
So
why
what would
that's why I just controlled myself to put any perspective to that banter. Like that might be a thing when the like
yeah,
when we'll have an episode with World Cup
mm,
ending and concluding
yeah, yeah.
episode that we can do.
Okay. So this
Yeah.
feels like a good time to end this episode of No Ball podcast. It was actually very fun. So I think we don't care about the views because it is fun talking with friends about football and
yes,
Yeah, yeah, definitely,
I
man.
think
Matlab,
I think most people do this what we are doing now and they just don't post. We have decided to post because we are more jobless. But yeah, so
and
we'll
who
see
gives a fuck?
you
Who gives a fuck? We're just
exactly,
talking our hearts out.
exactly. We'll see you in the
yeah,
next episode of No Ball podcast and we'll see whose predictions have come right. And
yeah,
till then, bye bye.
yeah,
Bye
but do
bye.
give views, man.